Hi guys, and here again from Mad Lad Designs with the first playthrough of 2017. I told you it was coming, you were warned, and now it's arrived. And it's going to be Cosmic Run by Dr. Finn's Games. So we have everything set up for the game, for a solo game. These are separate boards. We have all our dice, we have our technology chart, we have our meteor strike tokens, we have our victory points that we can take from. This bag contains the mining crystals. Let's have a look. This bag does not come with the game, by the way, and this is just a bag I had. But these are mining crystals. Throughout the game you'll have the opportunity to take them randomly, and there are 1, 2 and 3 worth of mining crystals. So again, the bag does not come with it, so you'll have to find some container or something to put them in. Then we have our alien cards. In a solo game, I'll shuffle these. In a solo game you will be removing 18 of these and putting them back in the box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. These go back in the box. So these are our alien cards that we're going to have. Give them a shuffle. And then you put 3 out to hire. So 1. Actually, I'll show them up close so you can see. And as we play the game, of course, I'll explain all these. So 1, 2, 3, and that is what we are going to draw from. So I think that is it for the setup, as you see here. The idea of the game is to get these 5 ships all the way up these tracks to these planets at the top. If one planet is destroyed, it is game over. Okay, so you have to make sure that you're going to protect all these planets. So how do you move up these tracks? Well, let's zoom into a couple of planets and I'll show you. So the way you move up these tracks is by looking at these symbols here. This symbol, I hope you can see it clearly, looks like a dice with a number 1 in it. So when you're rolling your dice, for every one that you roll that you put on the planet, let's say I rolled 4 ones. So for every one that I put on the planet, I can move up this track by 1. So I could move 1, 2, 3, 4 to move up that track. Okay, so that's what that does. This number 1. For every one I place on the planet, I can move up the track 1. Now you'll notice here it has a dice symbol, but it's got a hash in it. This one is the same thing, but with 3 hashes. This means 2 of a kind. This means 3 of a kind, that's 4 of a kind, and the last one out of shot here is 5 of a kind. So if I had rolled these 4 ones, I could split them various ways. I could put them all on here, like I showed you, or I could put 2 here and then 2 here. So I would move up this track 2 because of the ones, and then move up this track 1 because I have 1 pair. I could put both pair like that, and I would move up this track 2 for the 2 pairs. I could place that there like that. 3 of a kind, I could move up this track 1 here. 4 of a kind, and I'll just swing round a bit. 4 of a kind, and I could move up the track 1, and this one is 5 of a kind. And as you can see, the tracks get shorter because it's harder to get the 5 of a kind and 4 of a kind and that sort of thing. So that's how you move up. It is any ones you place on there can move up. 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind, and you're making your way up these tracks. When you reach the top of the track, let's zoom in a bit more. Oops. When you reach the top of the track, you will gain this number of victory points. However, this number can go down depending on how many meteor strikes it's got. If a planet gets hit 3 times, on the 3rd time that planet is destroyed and it's game over. Okay, so we have our dice. Now the colours of the dice do matter in this game. However, for a multiplayer game, the red, for a solo player game, the red ones just count as normal die. In multiplayer they do something else, but for now those are just counted as normal die. This is your meteor die. When you're rolling your dice, whatever number comes up on this dice, a meteor hit will go on that planet. So for example, if I rolled and got a 1, then a meteor hit would go on the planet. If, as I'm rolling and playing again, it comes up another 1, then that planet is hit a 2nd time. If I'm playing again and I roll a 1, that's it, planet's been destroyed, it's game over. So as you can see, every time you're rolling this blue die, planets are going to get hit. However, there are 3 ways to stop a planet from being hit. One is to roll a 6, because there's no 6th planet, so no planets get hit. Secondly is, if you manage to reach the top of a planet, you can turn that planet over. That planet has now been conquered and is now protected. So if I rolled, in this instance, if I rolled a 2 on the blue die, then nothing would happen because that's already protected. Okay, so the more planets you're able to conquer, the less the meteor hits are going to hit. And the 3rd way of doing it is you can pay 5 victory points to protect 1 planet for 1 turn. So as you can see, victory points really come in handy because you can spend them. And again, you'll see how all pans out when we play. When you're rolling your die, you can spend the dice to get various aliens. So if I rolled a 5 and a 3 and a 1, I could place it on this alien. At the end of the turn, I would take the dice, take the alien, and any time in the game I can discard this alien. It's only got 1 use, and it looks like I'm going to have to double check that I can change any 2 dice, either up 1 or down 1. For this one, I can change any 1 dice and I can go down 1. So change the face from, say, a 4 to a 3. This one counts as a dice of any face value. So I could have a couple of, could have rolled a couple of 1s to put up here, and then I could say, right, I'll count this as a 1 as well. So I've rolled 3 1s. So as you can see, various aliens really do help you. Then we have, I'll put that there, this technology chart. At any time through the game, you can place any number of die on that chart. It doesn't matter what the face value is. And for every dice you've placed on the chart, at the end of the turn, you will move this cube up 1. So I've put 3 dice on, so 1, 2, 3. I would move up 3, and that will stay until you put more dice on. So if I put another 3 on the next turn, 1, 2, 3. And at any time you can spend that, it will go to 0, and you can do what it says on the chart. So let's go over what the things are on the chart. This one says I can re-roll 1 dice. This one says I can re-roll 3 dice. This one says I can take a mining token from the bag. This one says I can choose a dice and then either add 1 or take 1 from the face. This one is I can take 2 mining crystals from the bag. This one says I can take a dice and change it to any face I wish. And this one says I can take an alien from the 3 that we have out for free. I don't have to put any dice on it at all. So this is usually used for spare dice that you can't use anything else for. And I think that is it for a quick overview on how the game works. Oh, we have this. We have various cards. So if you're playing a one player, I'll try and get the glare off. If you're playing a one player, if you're playing two players, and then we have a 3 and a 4 player, and they do different things. However, the multiplayer, all this means is that whatever number's on the blue die, it's going to be a meteor hit on that planet, which I've already showed you. This says for every 5 points you spend, you can protect one planet for one turn. You can, as far as I know, I think, if you spend 10 victory points, then you can protect all the planets in one go for one turn. And then finally we have this. There are 6 dice available. However, in a solo game, you only roll 5. And this is put off to one side, and you can spend 2 victory points to buy this dice for one turn. And that's what that says. So I think that's it. I'm going to put this to one side. I'm going to take this off. No meteor strikes yet. And I think we shall take our first turn to see what we get. Oops, one thing I forgot. You start with 10 victory points, so there's 5. Let me grab these. 5, 6, 7. I'll grab another 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we start with 10 victory points. Right, so let us begin. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm certainly going to buy another dice. So I'm paying 2 victory points, this is discarded, to buy another dice. And I'm going to roll all of these. I'll roll them in the lid, see what we get. So the first thing we look at is the blue dice. So planet 1 is going to get a hit. Right, planet 1 gets a hit. And then this is the die we can use. We can use the blue one, so that's part of our roll. After we've used it for a meteor hit, we can use it as our... So we have, looks like we have 3 of a kind there. And a 1 to place on the first track. Is there anything we can look at with the aliens? So we need 3 3s. We need 2 1s. And we need a 5, a 3 and a 1. So at the moment we can't really buy any aliens. You can re-roll as many times as you like. However, you must always spend 1 die every time you roll. It has to be put somewhere, 1 dice. At least 1 dice before you can re-roll. So what I am going to do is... I think I will place this 4 of a kind, sorry, 3 of a kind here, and then I will place this 1 here. And because I've put at least 1 die out somewhere, I can re-roll these. Okay, so we have a 5 and a 4. Once you put dice down on a planet or on aliens, you cannot then move them about. So this would have been ideal to move those across here, and we're going to have 4 of a kind, but you can't. There is a card that allows you to do that if you get it, but normally you can't. So 4 and a 5 really don't do anything for me, but I'm going to have to lock one of these dice in somewhere, and I think I'll put it in my technology chart. So I can re-roll this one. We get a 6, which again does absolutely nothing for me, so it's going to go in the technology chart. And that's it for the rolling. Okay, seeing as we have a 1 here, we can move up our chart 1. We'll take that dice back. We have 1 3 of a kind here, so we can move up 1 here. We take those back. We have 2 dice in our technology chart, so this is going to move up to 2. it allows us to re-roll 3 dice without having to spend a die and put one out. And that is basically how a turn works. Okay, you're trying to get these up the track without them being destroyed. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next turn. We only have 5 dice to roll. Is it worth me spending another 2 victory points? Not at the moment. I'm going to leave it at the moment. So I'm just going to roll in 5 die. We look at the blue dice. It looks like planet 5 is going to get a hit. So these are the dice we can use. Let's see what we've got. Look at our aliens. I really would like this one because that can be used as another dice. But is it worth me putting dice on the card? I do have 2 of a kind. I'm going to try. I can re-roll 3 dice. I'll try putting the 2 of a kind out and then re-rolling these lot. So we have another two of a kind. I think I'll pop those there. I'm going to re-roll this, maybe get a 1 to move up that 1 track. We've got a 2. That's not going to do anything for us anywhere, so I'm going to place this on the technology track, like so. And then we do our moving. We have 2 lots here, so I can go 1, 2. That can go. Did I roll 6? Did I roll 6 dice then? Oh no, getting confused. No, we only rolled 5. Okay, so I've moved up. I can move 1 on the technology chart, like so. And now I can grab a token out of the bag if I want to. That'll give me more victory points to spend on maybe protecting planets. Should I do that? No, I'm going to leave that for now. And we're going to move on to the next turn. So again, I'm going to use just 5 dice. See what we get. We get a 2 on the blue die. So planet 2 has been hit. We have 3 of a kind here. Let's see if we can get up that planet there. 3 of a kind. So I'm going to re-roll these ones. And we have 2 of a kind. I think that's okay. It's okay. Put that there. So again, we're going to move up. 2 of a kind. 3 of a kind. In a solo game, these numbers down the track mean nothing. Okay, you're just trying to get to the planet. These numbers down the sides of the tracks you use in multiplayer games, because in a multiplayer game, when a planet is destroyed, you carry on playing, whereas in a solo game, once a planet is destroyed, it's game over. Okay, so moving on. As you can see, the turns go quite quickly in the game. Let's see. Oh, that's okay. Meteors have missed us. So we have. That's what we have. Am I missing a dice here? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So what can we do? We have 2 3s. I might be tempted to go to get up that track. And we have 2 4 6. No, we can't really do anything with that, so I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, we get 2 1s. Shall I put them on the 1 track, or shall I put them here? I'm going to put them here. Let's Let's see if we get anything. Nope. So that's going to go on our technology chart. So I can move up twice. We have two of a kinds. 1, 2. And we have one here, so we can move up here. And then on to the next turn. Let's have a look. We have 2 of a kind. Yes, I'm going to go for that. 1, 3, 4. I have 1, 3, 5. Is it worth me putting on there? Now I think, I'm sure you guys will correct me, that if I place these on here and I didn't get a 5, these dice will stay on here until I actually put a 5 on here. So these could stay on turn after turn after turn if I don't get a 5 and I don't want to put it on. Is that correct, or will these come off at the end of the turn? But I'm not putting them on for now. I'm going to leave them. I'm going to re-roll these. I'll put the 1 there so I can re-roll these. A 2 and a 4. I can spend my technology to add or take away 1 to a die face, and I'm going to do that. So I'm going to spend this to change this 2 into a 1, and I'm going to re-roll this one. We get a 4, does nothing, so I'm going to put the 4 there. Haven't bought any cards yet. Okay, so tidying up, moving around. 2 1s, 1 2. Move up 1. We've conquered the planet. Now, when scoring a planet, you take into account how many meteor hits it has. If it has 1 meteor hit, then you only get half the number of points rounded down. If it's got 2 meteor hits, then you get 1/3 of the points rounded down. So as this only has a meteor hit on it, we're only going to get half the points, which I think is 7.5, but rounded down is 7. So we're going to get 7 victory points. Let's take a look. 5, 6, 7. So there we go. So this has now been conquered. And cannot be hit anymore with a meteor strike. At 4. Okay, did I move that up on the track? I'm going to do that anyway. I'm getting confused now as to why that was there. Did I put that there, spend it, and now this needs to be, yeah, I think that's correct. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that I've done that correctly. But that is it. We can move on to our next turn. Take our 5 dice. I've got enough points now. I think I'm going to spend 2 to get another dice. Let's see what we get. Again, we're lucky with a 6. We have our 3 of a kind, which I want to place there. 4, 5, 6. Nothing we can really do with that, so I'll give these another roll. 2, 4, 6. Nothing we can really do with those, but we're going to have to use one somewhere. So I'm going to use the 6 on here. Re-roll these. We have another one that goes there. Re-roll again. We have a 5, which we can't really do anything with, so I'm going to place that there. So we can move up this chart one. and we can gain 2 on our chart. Right, so I am going to pay another 2 victory points to roll all 6 dice again. Planet 3 is going to take a hit. So we have, okay, I'm going to go for a card, I think. I will go for this card, so I'm going to lock in these 2 3s. I've got a nice pair of pairs, which I don't need because the planet's already taken, so I'm going to roll these dice again. Hopefully I'll get another 3. Nope. So I'm going to lock in a die on here. Let's see if I get a 3. Wow. Okay, no. So I am going to use these, which were all 2s. You see, it's trying to find them. That's 2s. To go on here. So I'm going to move up this chart one. I'm going to move up 1 on this technology chart. However, I have 2 dice locked in there and I don't think I can get them back until I complete that card. So I need to take 1 die out because I'm not going to pay for it, or shall I? It'll give me more chance than, won't it? Yeah, I'm going to pay for another die, so I'm going to change this and get 3 back to get another dice. I definitely want a 3, and I gets it. Then I'm going to put the 1 here, and I'm going to roll these 2 die. Right. I'll put that there and then re-roll this. Right, and then put that there. So I'm going to move 1 up on the chart. I'm going to take this card, which I can use as another dice at any time, and you immediately put another card out. So this has a one-time use. Some of them have multiple uses, as you can see. So what you would do is you would start like this, and every time you use it, turn. Sorry, start like this. Every time you use it, turn, 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 and after the last time, it's discarded. This has a one-time use, and then it will be discarded. With alien cards, you can only ever have 5 face-up alien cards in your hand. Once the powers are used, you turn them face down in a discard pile. You can have any number in a discard pile. Also, you can only ever have 3 of the same alien face-up as well. So there are some restrictions to the aliens that you get. And then I'm going to move to on the technology chart. 1, 2. Okay, let us. I'm going to pay another 2 to re-roll. Sorry, to roll all the dice. Let's see what we get. We have 3 of a kind. This is looking good. 4, 4, 4. Anything else we can get? Not really, so I am going to re-roll the dice. Ooh. We do have this one up here. this one says if we roll a 1 on a die, we can count it as 2 ones. So one die with 1 will count as 2 ones, which will get me up this chart quicker. I do have 4 and 5, but I don't have the 3. What shall I do? However, what I can do, because we're on number 6 on this chart, is I can take a dice and change it to any face I want, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to spend that to change that 6 into a 3, which then goes on that card. Okay, so now we are moving and spending and buying things. So 3 of a kind here, we've done that. We move up, we've conquered this one. It has 1 meteor hit, so instead of getting the full 18 points, we're going to get 9 points we are going to get. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now planet 3. Has been conquered. And then we're going to get this card. So this, just like the technology chart, we can re-roll any 2 dice that we want. Okay, so that's it. I think I am going to spend 2 points to roll the extra die. Since I've got the points, why not? So planet 4 is now going to take a hit. So now we're looking at the 1s and the 4 of a kinds and 5 of a kinds. This is where it gets a bit difficult trying to get all these. So I'm going to spend these 2 on here and then re-roll all the rest of these. Hopefully wanting 3s. Oh, and we do get them. That's good. So there and there. And we have a 1. Interesting. I'm going to re-roll this die to get a 5. I can't do really anything with that, so that's going to go on my technology chart. Right, so let's start with this. 4 of a kind, we can move up 1. We have a 1 here. However, I'm going to play this card and I'm actually going to play this card as well. You can play as many alien cards as you wish. So this is going to change a 1 into 2 1s. So I have a 1 here, so it's going to count as 2. So 1, 2. And then this card counts as a die of any face value. So I'm going to count this as a 1 die, which means I can move up 1. So now these are discarded. You turn them face down. You can hand these in at any time to get victory points. So if you hand 1 in, you get 1 victory point. If you hand 2 different aliens in, you get 3 victory points. I don't know if you can see that. If you hand 3 different aliens in, you can get 6 victory points, and so on. So all these are different aliens, but these are the same, so I would only get 1 victory point for each one if I hand them in. Which I'm going to do, because it's pointless me keeping them because I've used them. I'll do that shortly. But I've now conquered this planet, and because it's taken a meteor hit, I'm only going to get half the points. Points are 10, so I'm going to get 5, like so. I'm also going to hand these aliens in, or shall I? Because if I hand different aliens in, I can get more points. Because the same aliens, I'm just going to get 1 point each. Yes, I am going to hand them in, but not just this second. This I can move up the chart 1. Oh, and this is conquered, of course. So onto my next turn, I'm going to hand these 2 in to get 2 victory points, which I'm going to spend to get an extra die. So these are now out of the game. I'm going to roll all my dice and see what we get. Planet 3 was going to take a meteor hit, however we've conquered Planet 3, so that's fine. We need a 4 of a kind and a 5 of a kind. So we got, that was a 4 and then 2 6s. Let's try with the 2 4s. Should we get the 4 of a kind or 5 of a kind? Let's try and go with the 4 of a kind. So I just need 2 4s. Right. We can re-roll a die if we spend our technology. Is it worth spending the technology just to re-roll 1 die? Otherwise I'm going to have to put 1 die out somewhere. I am going to put 1 die here. I'm not going to re-roll at the moment, but I am going to re-roll these ones. Oh, typical. Right. Okay. Nothing really, so I'm going to put another one there. No, of course I'm not going to get them. Right, so I'm going to put that one there. I can re-roll this one, but there's no point. Or there is a point, because I can put that there. Okay, so what can we do? Well, we can take this card, which allows us to re-roll 2 die. We haven't completed our track here. We can take these off. They don't stay on at the end of the turn. That's why I'm not sure whether they actually stay on for the aliens. But we do have 3 of these, so I can go 1, 2, 3, like that. And I am going to spend another 2 victory points to roll all these die. Oh, looking good, looking good. So we have 3. I'm going to roll these. We're just looking for a 5, and we get it. So we can have that. Let's go for this one, and I'm just going to put this one here, like that. So what have we got? Well, he says moving the camera. I'll move that back. We can move up this chart 1 for the 4 of a kind we have. We can take this alien, which says any 1 that we've rolled, we can change it into any other die face. And then we can move up 1 on our technology track. So, and another alien comes out. And of course I'm going to spend 2 points to get all of the dice. Let's see what we get. We have, right, we have 2 4s and 2 2s. Let's put those 4s out. And then re-roll these. Nearly forgot. Planet 4 is going to take another meteor hit. I need to protect that planet, I think, now. We have another 2 4s. Now I'm guessing that was there. And what else can we do? Right. Nothing. Let's just re-roll these again to see what we get. 6 and a 3. Right, I'm just going to put both of these here. And let's see what we get. We are going to move up this track 1. We are going to move up this technology chart 2. 1, 2. Now because we're at the top here, doesn't matter how many more dice we put on, we can never go any further. So what I am going to do is I'm going to spend that to pick a card for free. I'm going to pick this one. There we go. So this one, we can pick a die with the even number and change it to an odd number. Right, so what am I going to do? Well, a couple of things. I'm going to spend 5 victory points to protect planet 4 for 1 turn, and of course I'm going to spend 2 victory points to get that extra die. So always the more dice the better. 1. It's already gone, so we're quite safe. We do have 3 of these. Let's have a look. What do we have? Can we use any of these? No, I'm going to just going to re-roll these first of all, see what we get. Glad I didn't use any cards. 4 1s, and looking at the cards down here, we can't really use them for anything. Our cards here, we can re-roll these again if we want to. We can re-roll both of these without having to put a die out. We can change any 2 dice to the faces. Oh, that would have been great for a 5 of a kind, because I could have changed these to 2 1s. But there you go. I'm just going to put these on the technology chart. So start with this. We've got 2 dice on there, so we can move up 2 on the chart. We have 4 of a kind on here, so we can move up. Take the protection off, we move up. So normally for this one we will get 22 points, but how it's been hit twice, so we're only going to get 1/3 of those points rounded down, which I think is 7. Yeah, we're going to get 7 points for this. 5, 6, 7, and of course this has been that's been conquered. Okay, we only have 1 planet left. Can we do it? Right, of course I'm going to spend 2 points to roll 6 dice, and we need 5 of a kind. So planet 4's already gone, so we're lucky with that. We have 2 6s, and oops, sorry about that. 2 6s. Shall we put those out and go for it? Okay. Whoa, we're looking good. I'm going to put that there. I am going to use this card here, which allows me to take 2 dice and either add 1 to the face or minus 1 to the face. I'm going to take these 2 5s and change them into 6s, which can go on there. And then this, I will just put on the technology chart. So we do have 5 of a kind. We can move up one. And we can move up one on the technology chart. And of course this is now spent. I only had one use. That's now gone. And of course I'm going to spend 2 points to get that 6th die again and see if we can do it. Fingers crossed. What do we have? Let's try with the 6s again. Can I be so lucky? Throwing them about the place. We do have another 6. Oh. We do have another 6. Oh. And we do have another 6. Wow. Wow, that was unbelievably lucky. And of course this goes, I'll put this on our technology chart. Wow. Okay. 5 of a kind means we move up one. Move up one on the technology chart. And yes, of course, I'm going to spend so I'm going to spend to buy that 6th die again. Right, this is it. This could be it. This could be it, guys. We get a miss with the meteor. Let's try with the 1s. How lucky do you think we can be? There's another one. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Looks probably running out. So I am going to spend this card to re-roll 2 dice without having to put any out. So that goes face down. I'll put that to one side for now, and I'm going to re-roll these die. No. Alright. So I'm don't know if I'm going to do it. I will place this on here. Right, these need to be 1s. Oh, and I thought that was going to be a 1. No. Anything I can do with these? I'll just go. Oh, wait a minute. I do have this where I can change it down to a either add or -1 to a number on a die, and I'm going to do that for that one. Let's give that a 1. I'm going to re-roll this die. Here we go. Wow. Unbelievable. Fantastic. So that goes out there. Okay. So let us see what we have. We can get this card. We have 5 of a kind. We move up the track. We would get 25. It's been hit by a meteor. I think, was it once or twice? I think it was once. See, I've had to pause the video and go away and do something else, and when I've come back it's obviously moved off. So I think it's been hit once. So half of 25 is 12.5, rounded down is 12. So we're going to get 12 victory points. 10, 11, 12. I'm going to hand my aliens in. You could also hand these aliens in without using their powers as well. So I'm going to trade these aliens in. So let's see. We have 3 different types of aliens. So if we look on the back, 3 different types of aliens will give us 6 points. So 6 points for them. And another 1 point for that. So that's 7 in total. 5, 6, 7. And of course, we have conquered everything. Right, let me just have a look here. I've played a few games. This was the last game I won, and I got 21 points. Can I beat it? Let's take a look. 10, 20, 22, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 28 points. So I've definitely beaten my last score. So next time I play, I've got to beat 28 victory points. So that's it, guys. That is how you play Cosmic Run. It's quite quick, fun little game. It's best played solo. I enjoy it. I'm going to have to try, was it 27 points? I must remember that. To try and beat 27 points. And of course that would have, another alien would have come out. So I didn't need any mining tokens. I was doing quite well. I'm surprised at that. Right, okay guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the game. And I will catch you again in another playthrough or another unboxing. So until then, I will catch you guys later.